the development of technology and information, Universitas Terbuka provides the best services for its students. UT presents one of the superior applications called MyUT. MyUT application is here to make it easier for students to get various information related to learning processes. MyUT application has implemented single sign-on technology, or SSO. This application is an authentication service system to assist students in signing into a site or application. With this new system, students only need to sign in with an Office 365 account to enter various applications at once. Students can see personal dashboards through MyUT, including student data and academic development. In this scenario, students will have access to their payment status and a record of their courses. Additionally, they will also be able to access the following features: announcement and academic calendar, relevant information that can easily be accessed from WhatsApp and students' email, easy payment because it has implemented cash and card payment processor or 2C2P technology. Another facility MyUT offers is that students can directly enter online tutorial pages, webinar tutorials, and practicum practices without signing into their respective applications. Likewise, with other services such as registration, teaching materials, examinations, student activities, and graduation, students only need to select the desired services and will automatically enter the desired application. It is also equipped with a chatbot feature to make it easier for students to support their learning process. MyUT also offers other benefits to UT students, including assistance to students in finding exam locations through the examination participant card feature, which seamlessly integrates with exam location maps specific to each UT regional office. The website-based and mobile-based MyUT make it easier for students to get services anywhere and anytime.
Welcome to the Asian Association Open Universities Conference at Allama Iqbal Open University. Pakistan is a land of rich panorama. It has marvelous diversity in culture. Stunning Himalayas and gushing waters constitute the geographic splendor of the land. Islamabad is one such place of beauty, and the Allama Iqbal Open University is located at the heart of the city. The Allama Iqbal Open University was founded in 1974 to open fresh avenues in the lives of people through distance education. Only in a couple of decades, the globe became a replica of the system. Today, open universities operate in the world. Being a pioneer institution in Asia, the Allama Iqbal Open University hosted the Asian Association Open Universities Conference and now we earnestly prepare to wish all of you a warm welcome again. every possible measure is being taken to make the international event constructive and comfortable. The conference website has been developed to facilitate registration, queries, and contact. Wi-Fi system is available in the campus for continuous communications. Central library and digital library services will also be available for consultation and reference. To make your stay more comfortable, arrangements are being made in the hotels of international chains. You will be served with a variety of foods, especially the Oriental foods, with a blend of spices that will add to your taste. Visits to sites of cultural heritage would make a part of exciting tourism. Domestic handicrafts and products will be your shopping content for family and friends. The Allama Iqbal Open University is making all-out efforts to groom technology-oriented human resource through information and communication technology. Electronic and cyber communication formats are applied in teaching methodology. High-tech electronic software is produced in the Institute of Education Technology. These radio and television programs support the academic content of the university courses. The Center for Instructional Design has recently been established to develop electronic courseware for various programs. The student-centered arrangements also include campus radio, online learning, and educational television. Print materials like books, study guides sent by mail, tutorial instructions, face-to-face sessions in clusters of sciences and laboratories, group training workshops, faculties, and academic program. 35 academic departments of 4 faculties offer 104 programs of studies ranging from secondary level programs to research-based M.Phil and Ph.D. programs. The Allama Iqbal Open University ranks among mega universities in the world. We firmly believe in sharing experiences to innovate new structures in distance education. Together, we can enrich the existing practices and explore viable possibilities in education of technology, engineering, agriculture, and medical sciences in open distance learning framework.
Along with the development of technology and information, Universitas Terbuka provides the best services for its students. UT presents one of the superior applications called MyUT. MyUT application is here to make it easier for students to get various information related to learning processes. MyUT application has implemented single sign-on technology, or SSO. This application is an authentication service system to assist students in signing into a site or application. With this new system, students only need to sign in with an Office 365 account to enter various applications at once. Students can see personal dashboards through MyUT, including student data and academic development. In this scenario, students will have access to their payment status and a record of their courses. Additionally, they will also be able to access the following features: announcement and academic calendar, relevant information that can easily be accessed from WhatsApp and students' email, easy payment because it has implemented cash and card payment processor or 2C2P technology. Another facility MyUT offers is that students can directly enter online tutorial pages, webinar tutorials, and practicum practices without signing into their respective applications. Likewise, with other services such as registration, teaching materials, examinations, student activities, and graduation, students only need to select the desired services and will automatically enter the desired application. It is also equipped with a chatbot feature to make it easier for students to support their learning process. MyUT also offers other benefits to UT students, including assistance to students in finding exam locations through the Examination Participant Card feature, which seamlessly integrates with exam location maps specific to each UT regional office. The website-based and mobile-based MyUT make it easier for students to get services anywhere and anytime.
Welcome to the Asian Association Open Universities Conference at Allama Iqbal Open University. Pakistan is a land of rich panorama. It has marvelous diversity in culture. Stunning Himalayas and gushing waters constitute the geographic splendor of the land. Islamabad is one such place of beauty, and the Allama Iqbal Open University is located at the heart of the city. The Allama Iqbal Open University was founded in 1974 to open fresh avenues in the lives of people through distance education. Only in a couple of decades, the globe became a replica of the system. Today, open universities operate in the world. Being a pioneer institution in Asia, the Allama Iqbal Open University hosted the Asian Association Open Universities Conference and now we earnestly prepare to wish all of you a warm welcome again. Every possible measure is being taken to make the international event constructive and comfortable. The conference website has been developed to facilitate registration, queries, and contact. Wi-Fi system is available in the campus for continuous communications. Central Library and Digital Library services will also be available for consultation and reference. To make your stay more comfortable, arrangements are being made in the hotels of international chains. You will be served with a variety of foods, especially the Oriental foods, with a blend of spices that will add to your taste. Visits to sites of cultural heritage would make a part of exciting tourism. Domestic handicrafts and products will be your shopping content for family and friends. The Allama Iqbal Open University is making all-out efforts to groom technology-oriented human resource through information and communication technology. Electronic and cyber communication formats are applied in teaching methodology. High-tech electronic software is produced in the Institute of Education Technology. These radio and television programs support the academic content of the university courses. The Center for Instructional Design has recently been established to develop electronic courseware for various programs. The student-centered arrangements also include campus radio, online learning, and educational television. Print materials like books, study guides sent by mail, tutorial instructions, face-to-face sessions in clusters of sciences in laboratories, group training workshops, faculties, and academic program. 35 academic departments of 4 faculties offer 104 programs of studies ranging from secondary level programs to research-based M.Phil and Ph.D. programs. The Allama Iqbal Open University ranks among mega universities in the world. We firmly believe in sharing experiences to innovate new structures in distance education. Together, we can enrich the existing practices and explore viable possibilities in education of technology, engineering, agriculture, and medical sciences in open distance learning framework.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Mr. President of AAOU and Mr. Secretary General, as well as the keynote speakers, and then also our moderator for today. So let's begin our today's webinar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rahmat, and on behalf of AAOU Secretariat, I would like to welcome and thank you all for joining today's 7th episode of AAOU Webinar. And today's theme is about modern technology-based assessment in open, flexible, and distance learning. So please turn on your camera and also please listen to the keynote speakers during the presentation. And to begin the 7th episode of AAOU webinar, we already have the president of AAOU already joining with us. So I will invite and welcome the president of AAOU to begin this webinar for today. The screen and microphone is yours, Mr. President, please. Good morning, Mr. President. Can you hear my voice? Oh yeah, still waiting for, I think he is still trying to connect with us. So anyway, I want to ask first about the weather maybe in Korea and China right now. How is it right now? Dr. Kwang, how is it in Korea?
First of all, thanks for inviting me, and just call me Kwang. Chung. Chung is my family name.
Oh, Chung. Okay.
And Kwang is given here, and just call me Kwang. Just call me Chung. And
all right.
So Korea is very clean sky, but the temperature is almost near the 0 central.
Oh yeah.
So cold. Yeah. Look very clear.
Yeah, you must wear a very tight dress.
Yeah.
And how is it now in China, Dr. Zhang?
Yeah, I think it's similar. It's also cold in Beijing.
Oh, in Beijing. All right, Mr. President is already joining with us. So, good morning, Mr. President. Can you hear my voice?
Yeah, I almost cannot recognize our president with the new Discord.
A very unique, our traditional uniform. I think he's wearing one of our uniform from Central Java, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. President, right? Yeah. Can you hear my voice, Mr. President?
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, now, as we have mentioned previously, now it's time for Mr. President to deliver the opening remarks, please.
Okay, thank you very much, Bapak Fauzi. Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It is a privilege to address you all for such fortunate occasions. Today, we are having a 7 webinar AAOU series with our remarkable keynote speakers and moderators. Before we start, please join me in welcoming our esteemed members. And I would like to extend a warm welcome to all in audience today. All distinguished presidents, rector, vice chancellor of the AAOU member institutions, spread out all over the Asia continent, all distinguished invitees, our first speaker, Dr. Kwang Chung, professor of the Department of Computer Science, KNOU, Korean National Open University. I think if I'm not mistaken, I have been there this ago when we have annual conference in Jeju Islands. Last year ago, and our second speaker is Rahmat, Bapak Rahmat Budiman, M.Hum, Ph.D, Secretary General of AAOU Terbuka, Indonesia. It is a pleasure to have you here, Pak Rahmat. And then, of course, our moderator who will be leading our session today, Dr. Chung, faculty member, the Open University of China. As far as I know, that OUC is the biggest university in terms of a student body in Asia, also many in the world. And also all our beloved participants. Since virtual education now represents an important evolution in education, it is pertinent for educators to familiarize themselves with the new possibilities of assessment methods in a virtual setting and to design tailored assessment strategies for individual courses. And the existence of a digital-based assessment system will support the assessment of student character in the learning process. Character assessment using assessment will greatly assist teachers in overcoming paper wastage, streamlining time, overcoming large expenditures, and making students more focused in filling out characters. We are fortunate as Dr. Wang comes from KNOU as an expert in computer field, especially for best practice in open, flexible, and distance learning. During this webinar, we have the privilege of hearing from experts and practitioners who have navigated the challenges of OFDL, open, flexible, and distance learning. So together, let us accelerate the exchange of ideas and scaling up of good practices. I wish you have a pleasant and successful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for the opening remarks. It means that we can start our today's webinar. And to lead the presentation and also discussion session, Dr. Zhang Xiaochen will be the moderator for today. So before I hand over the session to Dr. Zhang, I will read her short bio first. So Dr. Zhang, she is the faculty member at the Open University of China in accounting faculty, and she achieved the MSc in Business International Management with distinction from the University of Warwick, Great Britain. orientating, she's serving as the faculty member, yes, previously, since 2022. And Dr. Zhang has delved into significant research ventures. Notable contributions include the role as the first in bond market information disclosure and industry spillover effect, published in China Accounting and Finance Review. And for your information, she was also joining the AAOU Stock Exchange Fellowship last month at Universitas Terbuka. So please, Dr. Zhang, you may lead the session.
Okay, thank you and thank you AAOU for this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, our seminar is about to begin. So welcome to today's AAOU Webinar Seminar on modern technology-based assessment in open and flexible distance learning. And thank you very much for attending today's seminar. And before we dive into our discussion, let me provide a brief overview of today's agenda. So first, the speakers will be invited to present material. And we will begin with the first keynote speaker, Dr. Kwang Chung. And he is a professor of the Department of Computer Science in Korean National Open University. And our second speaker is Rahmat Budiman, and he is the Secretary General of AAOU. And he is also the alumni of University Terbuka. And after that, there will be a question and answer section. And the closing remark from all the speakers will be followed afterward. And for all the participants, so if you have any questions and questions that you want to ask, so you may type your questions in the chat room box, and then the commenter will pick up some questions for you. So now, first of all, it is my pleasure to introduce the first speaker. Our first speaker is Dr. Kwang Chung. Dr. Kwang Chung?
Okay.
Yes. May I have a brief introduction of you? So Dr. Kwang Chung received a Bachelor of Science, Master, and a doctorate degree in Computer Science and Engineering from Korea University, Seoul, Korea. And upon completing his degree, he worked as the research fellow at the Department of Computer Science at the University College London, United Kingdom from September 2002 to November 2003. And ever since returning back to Korea in 2005, he has been lecturing at the Department of Computer Science at Korea National Open University as tenure-track assistant professor. And his research interests including distributed system, fault-tolerant system, and green computer system. And he has been conducting various researchers in the field related to learning analytics, virtual experiments, and practical learning content system development for e-learning and learning cloud construction as an international cooperative research and visiting research at various universities for about 20 years since the beginning of 2000. And he researched advanced technology in the field of learning analytics and learning cloud development with a number of researchers. And I will welcome Dr. Kwang Chung to deliver the first presentation. And you have 30 minutes to present material.
Thank you. Can you see that?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Shall I start my presentation? And someone say, dear ladies, gentlemen, and I have to say, especially dear Root persons, I'm happy to be here as a keynote speaker. My name is Kwang Zhang. Actually, so my family name is Chung. Just call me Chung. And as you know, so my major is a computer science, and in the seminar or the presentation, I said I am an engineer. But today, not as an engineer, as an IT expert of KNOU, I will show the present KNOU assessment service and the future KNOU assessment system and service. As you see, my presentation title is KNOU online assessment. Almost 4 years ago, the KNOU started to construct the online assessment for the student. I will present the situation and the future plan. Basically, it will be connected with the learning analytics and virtual learning content, OFDL, and is tomorrow, the KNOU got the grant of the Korea government to construct the virtual learning content and the learning cloud. Maybe it's 3 years or 4 years later, the AAOU can share the virtual learning content with the KNOU learning cloud, I think. And for that, I try to make some co-research proposal. Anyway, and it is my presentation content, and actually the training. Okay. Dr. Zhang, could you let me know before the 5 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago to the end of my presentation? Okay, I check the time. As you see, today I will present the following 3 steps of content. Actually, it's not step and stage. The first stage is about the online learning problems in COVID-19 era. So I will, at this stage, I will show the survey result of online class during the COVID-19 era. From that, I propose one missing the requirement and need of the teachers and lecturers of university and the other education organization. After that, I will show the KNOU assessment service. And so lastly, I conclude my presentation, and I will show the future of KNOU online assessment. Yeah, that is the title page, and as you know, this slide is about the online learning problems in the COVID-19 era. At the time, so no one prepared for that kind of situation, and the online learning environment was the only way to provide learning environment and learning content. And the lockdown of the country was society. Those unprepared distance learning environment made 2 requirements. That is a major requirement, and one is the need for appropriate assessment method based online learning environment, and the other is need for appropriate experimental or practice or the subject of online class. But in Korea, the online practical or online practice subject was focused by the teacher. So before the COVID-19 era, the experimental subject or practical subject was happened in the offline the classroom, but the student and lecturer cannot go to the campus or lecture room. Those the practical
problems.
Mana itu yang ada FKIP itu?
Apa maksudnya toh?
Yeah. The practical, the experimental subject is a big problem. Those are so many students and the organization and the lecturer focus how to deal with that situation. But at the time, I think another think about that. Anyway, that is the survey result of the Songyungan University at 2020. So March is 8th. This survey is about the number of education organizations adopting online learning class for 2 years from 2019 to 2020. As you see, the overwhelming majority of education institutes that have adopted online learning class are university. And the survey result is like that, and the main requirement or demand of the university is that no internet interaction between the teacher, student, or student and student. And this difficulty of cognition of student reaction and concentration, the difficulty of personal training and feedback, and intimacy or confidence between teacher and student, and edutech capability of usually for the teachers or lecturers. And lastly, is the management of distance learning is the 6 topics of demand of the teachers, lecturer, and organization. First, let's summarize the conclusion. As you can see, the interaction and teachers' online teaching skill. And the interaction is between the student and teacher, and student and lecturer, or student and student. And teachers' online teaching skill means Zoom or WebEx usage feasibility. That is a very simple thing, because before COVID-19 era, teachers and lecturers has no experience using such tools and were poor at the tool and online class environment. And that means that they were not prepared for the online class. But I think the time can solve this kind of problem. Those is not a big problem. Then isn't there something strange? Do you find anything strange? So it is assessment. At the time, the class is more important. The class management is more important. Assessment or the evaluation is not concerned. I know that the time with the final exam of university were homework or multiple choice tests in the computer online, I mean. So, and the KNOU, Korean National Open University, has been preparing for the online evaluation for a long time and has created a system construction plan and timetable for this. And today, I will show the present KNOU online assessment and evaluation service at the next stage. Anyway, the main theme of this slide is no one has interest in the assessment. Yeah, that is the demand of the lecturer or teacher. Then who can carry the assessment of student or how to carry the assessment. Is already I mentioned at the time instead of online multiple choice test or homework assignment submission was replaced the offline final exam that was common in offline class. After COVID-19 era, no problem because student and lecturer is back to the classroom. But how about us? How about Open University? As you know, the Open University, actually the before COVID-19 era, the KUNU has the offline final exam. But now, so we try to make and transfer to the new edtech-based the final exam service. I will show that. As you see, the interaction, interaction of LMS over third-party service and smart LMS and interaction virtual experimental learning content can solve out the left side, the problem of the COVID-19 area. And I tried to add this one. So far, we have been focusing on the online content and learning service of LMS. Now, everyone mentioned about learning analytics and LMS. From now on, let's talk about the online assessment and evaluation. As you see, I would like to add the assessment and evaluation as the problem of online class. And online class is basically a building block of Open University, I think. Yeah, lastly, the problem or solution is my today's presentation content frame. And now, so I would like to focus on assessment and the evaluation of KU student. And I show the smart online assessment. That means the edtech-based the tracking the technology for the student for the final exam or the other things. And lastly, I think at the last smart online assessment will be connected with the learning analytics and the student support services that recommend another subject or pre-required subject to the student. And for the satisfaction of the need of appropriate assessment method on online learning environment and need for the personalized assessment time and date and environment, KNOU makes the plan and strategy. Then I will show the brief of online exam and formative evaluation. Yeah, that is the KU assessment on COVID-19, and as I mentioned, I will show the present KU assessment on COVID-19. That is the present assessment of Korean National Open University before COVID-19. You're right, and the KU assessment consists of offline final exam, and all the students have to go to the regional campus of KNOU and have to take the final exam at the same time and over the whole country. And from the full offline final exam, the whole student have to take the final exam at the same time. That is a big problem. And as a monitor of the final exam, so many lecturers, professor, and the staff of the KU have to get together. And for preparation of exam, the cost is very high. And the professor can choose the type of midterm exam, one of homework or the offline exam. Anyway, as you see, the offline final exam and offline exam is a big problem. That problem is the money and the person who have to monitor the student in the classroom. Yes, offline final exam and offline midterm exam was the target of online assessment, and actually the whole offline exam can replace the home, can be replaced by homework and online submission. And the KNOU, can you see? You can see the hybrid final exam is maybe I think the KNOU people dislike the hybrid final exam, but I would like to use the hybrid final exam, and so I will show the reason to say the Keynote final exam as a hybrid. And the hybrid, anyway, the hybrid final exam is not the online, full online final exam, since the students have to go to the Keynote regional campus as like the situation before the COVID-19 era. And students have to take the final exam on the classroom. But students can choose the time, and students can choose the regional place, the regional campus, and basically students can take a final exam with the tablet PC and so with the shuffled questions. Those, I think it is a hybrid final exam, but the KUNU will construct full online final exam system and service in the near future. And lastly, that is the formative evaluation on online lecture. So formative evaluation on online lecture has two types, and I will show the two types of formative evaluation on online lecture. That is the two types of the KNOU hybrid final examination system. The one is the item pool, the system, and the other is the tablet PC-based hybrid online exam system. Basically, the item pool, the system is for the lecturer or professor, and tablet PC-based hybrid online exam system is for the student who have to take the final exam. This is item pool system. This slide shows the examination sheet template and item editing display. With this display, the lecturer or professor have to make items and verify their items. And this slide shows us a selection of related questions. Related questions are excluded for each examination group. The lecturer or professor have to make the 5 examination group, and the student take randomly select one examination group with shuffle the question. Also, if the student, if one student try to cheating, then she can get any clue with from the beside the student, because the questions are shuffled, and one student has the one of the 5 examination group. This slide shows the regional campus modification for each student. If a student wants to change his or her examination regional campus, then the regional campus administrator can change the examination regional campus for the student. And this service will be connected with the student smartphone. Right now, so Korea National Open University has a plan to build a mobile lecturing system for the student on the smartphone. And the second, that is second display. It shows the association rate of each questions of one examination group. So related questions can be highlighted and replaced by the instructor or lecturer or professor. Now, this slide shows the final exam time, administration, and management. And the department, student welfare department can adjust the final exam time for the student and manage the number of the student with this service. And with examination management function, the examination item pool management and examination time batch assignment, student list of each exam room management of regional campus, and message for exam information to student and exam room assignment can be managed this exam management system. It is examination application status information with the tablet PC that is facilitated in the regional campus of Korea National Open University. Students just to go to the regional campus of KNOU and take shuffled final examination at the near regional campus of KNOU. I think that this system gives the student the flexible exam time and exam place. This is about online formative evaluation on online lecture. So there are two types of online formative evaluation, and one is a score based on progress or rate of lecture video, and the other is pop-up quiz in lecture video. And the professor can choose one of them, and at the first, the score based on the progress rate of lecture video is more the passive formative evaluation, I think, because this kind of the formative evaluation function cannot extract the student self-extracted learning activity. While the pop-up quiz in lecture video, in the pop-up quiz in lecture video, students have to solve the pop-up quiz. If the student can choose the correct answer, then student can progress his lecture video. And after finishing the lecture video, students can get some score for watching and solving pop-up quiz and lecture video. That is example of pop-up quiz in lecture video, and that is the lecture video, and usually 2 or 3 the pop-up quiz happen in the during the lecture video. That is a pop-up quiz, and students have to solve this question. After that, student can progress his lecture video. That is scored based on progress rate of lecture video, and in this formative evaluation, student needs not to do anything or something. Just watching and finishing the lecture video, he can get some score. I would like to conclude and show the future of online assessment. In this stage, I try to make the IT system and service platform, but it is too much detail to understand to be understood by you, and I will show some words. The KNOU has a hybrid final exam, so because everything can be made and managed by online, but students have to attend to the regional campus of KNOU and have to take the final exam with the tablet PC that are facilitated by the KNOU. And the midterm exam is still one of the homework and offline exam. But the formative evaluation on online lecture video, students can stimulated by the pop-up quiz or the passive, the formative evaluation. And I think it's a near future. The KNOU will complete the online final exam service and system, the answer sheet management with blockchain, and that means the student can take a final exam in his room or in his office or with his own educational or learning device. And with that, for that, the exam monitoring system with AI detecting facial expression, the movement and voice, especially if the student before a student take the final exam, automatically the SNS or the other chatting app or program has to be blocked automatically. Then the student can start his final exam. And before that, student have to grant the bio is a data-based authentication. Then authentication is very important to the complete KNOU online final exam. And anyway, this kind of final exam, online final exam system will be connected with learning analytics. And after the final exam, students can be recommended about the pre-required subject or pre-required content, learning content from the KNOU smart learning system. The smart learning system project has been started from the 2 years, and so maybe the 2028 the smart student support and the management system is finished, will be finished. After that, as I said, the virtual learning content or the learning analytics will be constructed in online learning cloud, and the AAOU can share that function. And lastly, the online formative evaluation on online lectures, progress ratio measuring with AI detecting facial expression and movement and voice. Then I think it's a simple progressive ratio measuring the formative evaluation can be not passive. And so from this kind of several the bio information or bio data, learning analysts can extract more the detailed and accurate learning analytic result. Yeah, that is my presentation, and thank you for your listening. Terima kasih.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving us a very interesting presentation. And for all of our participants, if you have any questions, please type your questions in the chat room box. And later, the commenter will pick up some questions for you. And next, I would like to introduce our second keynote speaker. Our second speaker is Rahmat Budiman, and he is the Secretary General of AAOU, and he is also the alumni of University Terbuka. So now, Dr. Rahmat Budiman, now the floor is yours.
All right.
You have 30 minutes to present the material.
Thank you very much. Please, the secretary, help me to share PowerPoint, please. Okay. After listening to to Dr. Kwang presentation, and we hope that my presentation will add some more information based on our experience, and then also when I just now when you mentioned about the near conclusion, that we hope that my presentation will also add some information regarding the AI used for the face recognition for the online examination. So first of all, I would like to thank to all audience from Indonesia, from Korea, China, also from Pakistan, and all AAOU members. My presentation's title is How UT Universitas Terbuka implements the F of OFDL in assessment. F means open, flexible, distance learning. Okay, and then we are going to share with you how the flexible is implemented in our assessment. Next slide, please. Okay, first thing first, I would like to discuss with you all first about the meaning of FDF in OFDL, the flexible. When we read the literature regarding the online learning or distance learning, the flexibility, the terminology of FDL appears approximately 10 years before. Previously, in distance learning field, there are two terminologies that commonly used. The first is online learning and distance learning. And then later on, in the last 10 years, the new terminology appears, open, flexible distance learning. However, according to some literature, including according to Ojat and Sarafan Kumar, the flexibility itself is the DNA. I use the terminology. It's the DNA of distance learning, where distance provide flexible flexibility to the students. And then, interestingly, when I read the report from the Commonwealth of Learning, it's written by Whittington in 2013, he used a different terminology. Instead of OFDL, he used FODL, flexible, open, and distance learning. However, I would like to address this meeting, this webinar about the flexibility, how Universitas Terbuka implements the flexibility in assessment. Thank you. Next. This is Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen. In Indonesia itself, we have more than 1,700,000 islands. However, there are 5 big islands, and the most populated islands, there are only 4. The rest are only some. Okay, this is Indonesia. We are located between Asia and Australia, and 2 big oceans. And for you having to Indonesia, the Universitas Terbuka is located in the capital city of Indonesia, in Jakarta. Next slide. Okay, currently Universitas Terbuka, we have more than 500,000 students. Okay, and then we have 39 regional offices, and then we have 1 regional office that is taking care of students living overseas. So altogether, we have 40 regional offices. Regarding the students living overseas, I would like to highlight that all students are Indonesians. They are not foreign. They are Indonesians who live overseas. mostly students are from Jakarta. Okay, this is also affected by the number of the population in each region. Next slide. Okay, this is the students by island. As I mentioned before, that there are 4 main islands that is mostly inhabited by Indonesian citizens. Most students are coming from Java Island. Java Island, and the second one is from Sumatra. Sumatra is the second biggest island in Indonesia, and the first one is Kalimantan. Whereas in Kalimantan itself, we have only 56,000 something students, and then compared to Sumatra, then I would say that in terms of population, that Sumatra is most populated compared to Kalimantan, and the rest they are small islands. And as I mentioned before, that Java Island is the most populated island in Indonesia. That's why the number of students is the highest one. Next. This is the students by employment status. As we have teachers who belong to Faculty of Teacher Training and Education. And then so we have Army and police officers. Mostly they belong to Faculty of Social and Political Sciences, and then government employees and private employees, employees of private companies, self-employed, and then other employments. I would like to highlight that what is different other employment and the other types of employment. In the registration form, when the students are required to tick the types of employment, and if their employment is not on the list, they may tick other. So we pull together the other employment. For example, the students who belong to other employments is, for example, they work as part-timers and also for informal kinds of employment. And then for the last one, the students in employment is compared to the others is quite few. For example, for your information, that based on our student record system, that 80% of our ongoing students are in employment. Okay, next. Examination types. Universitas Terbuka current time, we have 3 kinds of examination. The first one is paper and pencil-based examination. You are, I'm sure that you are all aware about this kind of examination. Students must come to certain appointed examination sites in person. Examination materials are printed. It's mentioned also by Dr. Kwang that it is quite expensive because the teachers, the lecturers, the proctors must come to this kind of examination sites. And to be honest, the paper and pencil-based examination is, based on our experience, very, very expensive because we have some huge number of students. It means that we have to provide examination sites, we have to recruit proctors, and then also we have to provide examiners. And then the second one is online examination, where students, it is similar to the first one, the paper and pencil-based examination, but the materials are in the forms of digital format. So students come to the examination sites. They are sitting in the special room where each computer connected to the internet, and then the students do the examination. And the second one, the third one is take-home examination. Take-home examination is unsupervised, usually or mostly open book, and the types of examination high order thinking skills, or sometimes project. However, it is within the time frame of an ICT-based examination. So in the box, you can see there are two types of examination, which is based ICT. So students must have internet connection to participate in these two types of examination. The problem is in the next slide. This is the situation in Indonesia, and then you can see the red one is internet coverage in Indonesia, mostly in Java, and then in also in Ojat in Sumatra. This is based on one internet provider only. Internet, which is I selected the most used internet provider. Okay. Based on the satellite, we can see that the internet connection, the best one is in Java, and the second one is in in Sumatra, whereas in Kalimantan and Sulawesi, and also in Iriaja in Papua, the connection, the internet coverage is not as good as in Java and in Kalimantan. That's why there might be a correlation between the internet access with the number of students. In the previous slide, I mentioned to you that number of students are mostly from Java and Sumatra. There might be correlation. This is a big challenge, especially as I mentioned before that we have more than 17,000 islands in Indonesia. This is the big islands. There are some students who live in some small islands, including one island that is very close to Philippines. And this is a big problem for us when we are talking about ICT-based examination. That's why, because we are aware that not all students can have access to the internet. We provide three types of examination. Next slide. This is the first one I would like to share with you about online examination. The first one, online examination. As I mentioned before, that online examination is that the students are required to come to a certain place, to the examination sites, where we provide them with computers or PCs, or we have a collaboration with high school, with universities, or computer labs to conduct examination. In terms of online examination, we have three types of online examination. The first one is live proctoring. It means that the students come to the examination site, and then we assign at least one proctor to supervise the examination. In one class, we set maximum 20 PC. It means that the maximum there are 20 students and one proctor. The proctor is with them in that class. And the second one is remote proctoring. Remote proctoring, it is quite similar to the first one. However, we do not assign a proctor to come in person. We supervise them remotely. We put CCTV or webcam, so we can monitor if the students is conducting dishonest academic dishonesty. So we also provide with the speaker, with loudspeaker. So when, for example, the examination location is in one island, and then the proctor here is in Jakarta, when we are monitoring the examination and we see someone is doing cheating, we can inform the person. For example, the students sitting in desk number 20, please pay attention to the screen like that. So in these two types of examination, there is a human intervention. There is, once again, a human intervention. The first one is that in the same class, in the same room, but in the second one is in different room. Universitas Terbuka, for the third one, has been preparing what we call online proctoring. Actually, the real name is automated online proctoring based on artificial intelligence. In the type of examination, we do not assign a person. So we do not assign a person to supervise or to proctor the examination. So everything is monitored by the AI. When we remember Professor Dr. Kwang mentioned about face recognition, gesture, we applied in this type of automatic online proctoring. So before attending the online proctoring, the students must pass through some procedures, which is I'm going to explain with you in the next slide. Next slide, please. This is the requirements. This is the requirements for students who are going to take the automated online proctoring. Not the first one, not the second, but the third one. The first requirements that the PC or the laptop must have Windows 8 operating system, dual core, 2 processor, RAM, the RAM is 4 GB, hard disk is 100 megabyte, and bandwidth also 1 Mbps. There are some requirements, but these 5 requirements as the most of priority. The next slide, please. Okay, this is the procedure. Once the students apply to have online automatic proctoring, the students we provide them also with the manual or the guidelines. The first one, they have to install the application, log in with the student's ID, identification process, and examination process. Next slide. This is the what we're doing in verification. There is a face recognition. The students must face the webcam and must be without any cover. We mirror this with the pictures the students submit in the first time where they register. Okay, we cross-check with the pictures they submit. For example, with the picture they submit in the first registration. So, for example, when they have masters, in the first time when they register, they have masters, for example, for male, and then in this online examination, they do not have masters. We find some mismatch in terms of face recognition. When I presented this this application in European Distance Education Network, even 2 or 3 years ago, there is a good question with and it's always challenging for us. For example, one participant asked me whether the AI can recognize if there is identical twin. Okay, if it is identical twin, we do not know whether the AI can recognize them or not. But it is a good idea, it's a good question, and we are going to respond to this kind of question. So the first one is verification, face recognition, and then the next one. Okay, sorry, before this one. So this is the first one is the verification based on the pictures. Once everything complete, the students do the examination online in front of their PC or laptop. We use Terbuka lock the search engine, so the students cannot browse. They cannot use their laptop, they cannot use the PC to browse the answer. And also, we monitor the movement, the head movement or the sound also. For example, just like I'm doing now, for example, I'm doing the examination and I turn my head to the right side many times. There will be AI will inform me that I might doing cheating. Okay, it means there is an alarm that I'm doing something good. And also when I open the book, there is a sound of the paper. If I see to some direction many times, there will be a warning from the system. And if for example, if I leave the room, for example, for some times, and then the examination will be closed by the system. It means that I'm doing violations against the regulation. The benefit of doing the automated online examination is that the students do not need to come to the appointed examination site. The students can do the examination wherever they are available. For example, they are at their home, in their office, or anywhere, as long as there is no people walking here and there, and then the sound also, the noise also, the people can do the examination. And another result for doing the examination, including the first one, the online properly, the first design, is that the students can get the result instantly. Next slide. So, for example, here, this is in Indonesian language. There are 30 questions. From the 30 questions, the correct answer is 20. So students can know directly the result of the examination. Next slide. Okay. The next one is take-home exam. This is also based IT-based examination. The students can do the examination wherever they are, at their home, their office, and then they must they must go to the examination to our application. They must log in based by their account and then also by student number, and then do the examination. Next. Okay. For example, the students register for 3 or 4 courses, and then these courses are also offered in take-home exam. So students can download this one. I can show you. This is the download. Okay, download one, and then they do the examination, and then they have to upload the questions. Sorry, the answer. And then the status is that maybe because the internet connection is not good, the upload failed, so there is a notification is on the right side. The last row on the right, it is completely uploaded. And then for those exams, for this for those subjects who have not been done by the students, the status is not yet. But it means that the students know which courses they have downloaded, which courses they have uploaded, so the students can monitor by themselves. Next. Okay, before the sebelumnya. Yes. Before moving to the last slide, I would like to inform you that to make sure that the students is doing correctly, we have we limit the time. Okay, this is the time that the students must download, and then in 4 hours, for example, the student must upload the answers. We also double check when we examine the result. We double check the examiner, the corrector double check, and then for some certain program we also use a plagiarism checker. So we also have some quality assurance guidelines to make sure that the students must comply with all academic requirements. In terms of flexibility, once again, I would like to underline the flexibility. Flexible, yes, the student is flexible in selecting what kind of examination they want to take. However, the time is limited. Yeah, they cannot take the examination at any time they want. They cannot submit or download or upload the document at any time they want. We provide them some certain time, so the students must comply with the times where what we have decided. So I can say that it is flexible. However, it is not as flexible as we may imagine. In Universitas Terbuka, as we have 3 types of examination, we thank COVID-19. We thank COVID-19 because due to COVID-19, we were trying to find the best solution for students to have examinations without having to attend some certain places, which is forbidden at the time. So based on COVID-19, we can do the online examination. We can provide the students with take-home exam. We develop the automated online program. In terms of if there is a question whether are all courses offered in all kind of examination, I can say that based on our experience, now we also divided some courses is offered in online exam, some courses is offered in take-home exam, some courses is also offered in remote examination. So the selection of the courses is based on the characteristic of the courses itself. So we hope that our explanation, we have seen 5 minutes, thank you. But I think I have come to the end of the presentation. This is the next slide. This is the reference that I cited from some resources. And the last slide is thank you very much for your kind attention. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for giving us a very interesting presentation. Okay, so next we continue the next section. The next section is question and answer. So let me ask the committee, is there any questions for the speakers? Okay, so the first question is from Rahmat from Yogyakarta. and it is for Dr. Kwang Chung. The question is, how did lecturers and students respond to a new technology-based assessment implemented in the teaching learning process at KNOU? Dr. Chung, do you mind to answer this question?
Definitely no. I will answer. And so right now, there is no method to reply to the student or to stimulate the student so personally. But in near future, so basically, as I mentioned, basically the KNOU will construct the learning analytics system. At the time, right now, so KNOU has already the chatbot for as a personal tutor. I think so. Basically, this is not my opinion. The last this year, the KNOU has the IT consulting for the construct strategy of constructing the new learning management service and academic affair the service. And from the consulting result, the KNOU, according to the consultant result, KNOU will build the learning analytics system, and the learning analytics system will be connected with the chatbot as a personal tutor of KNOU student. Then the student can get some advice, recommendation from the chatbot, the EdTech-based chatbot, and EdTech chatbot will extract the various information and data from the assessment result and progress ratio of the academic and pre-required subject and past required subject. And at the times, then the KNOU student can get the personal advices or the recommendation. But right now, there is no connection, the function of no connection service.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. And any other questions? Let me see. The next question is for Dr. Rahmat Budiman. The name is from Suya from Indonesia. And the question is, it is interesting to learn about modern assessment advancement using AI technology implemented at UT and KNOU. And the question is, what if there is an electricity or internet trouble in the middle of the test? And what should the students do during such conditions? Dr. Rahmat, do you mind to answer it?
All right, thank you. Thank you, Masuria. It is interesting questions, and then it happens several times in Indonesia, in my university. Another big challenge in Indonesia is in addition to not evenly distributed and internet access, the electricity is also another problem. For example, last time, this is the real example in the previous online examination. It is in a big city in Yogyakarta. It is in the big city in Yogyakarta. You can imagine that. During the examination, we suddenly lost electricity. And then what we do that we also extend the time. For example, if for one subject it is 2 hours, and then we extend the time. And then what we learn also from that problem, we learned that we have to involve other parties, including the National Electric Company, to when we are holding examination, online examination in certain area, we have to inform the National Electric Company not to shut down the electric in that particular area. Okay, we have to inform them that is because we are having the online examination. So, and then in Indonesia, for example, due to maintenance, for example, the National Electric Company, they shut down electric in some places for maintenance. So it happens in Jakarta at the time. The electric company, the National Electric Company, shut down the electric in the area where we are conducting the examination, because at the time it was scheduled for maintenance. So in the future, in the next semester, we learned that we have to inform the electric company. However, because it is our response, it is not our power, right? So we have, in case it happens, we extend the time for the students to do the examination. It means that the students can complete the examination in accordance to the time we have provided. We provide for each courses. I hope that it answers the question from Pak Surya. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your answer. Let's see the next question. The next question is for Dr. Chung. The question is from Vita Asia from UT. And the question is, how reliable and effective is the implementation of AI-based assessment in your university for detecting cheating? And to what extent does this technology contribute to the comfort of the students during tests and assessment? Dr. Chung?
I think it's very simple. So actually, deep learning models and NNR can extract image process is an excellent tool of the image process. And the student, if the is not implemented yet, but in near future, already this kind of technology has been developed, and KNOU, if KNOU decide to adapt that technology for the detecting cheating, then it's very easily can adapt it to the full online binary exam. So as I mentioned in the conclusion, there are two kinds of things to preventing or detecting cheating. Then one is the eye detecting the edtech. Actually, it's not edtech. Only if the student turn on the webcam, then the webcam take a image and send it to the server. Then server can track the student eyeball and movement and face direction. Then the cheating prevention system can decide the student look at the monitor or look at the other things. And I think that at the time, the warning sent to the student, and student can adjust his face or eye movement. And besides with that, block the SNS or chatting app on his desktop or his smartphone. And that is very simple. It's a technology to prevent or block the app to connect with other person. With internet. It's very simple. And already this kind of technology is developed and adapted to the various fields. But that is one assumption. So both of them need to facilitate the webcam. Then is I think so only one problem to detecting the cheating the system. With that, very easily can be solved the cheating problem on full online the system. And
Thank you for your reply. Yeah.
Can I see the another question? So I remember that after that there is another question for me. No. Yeah. The next question is, to what extent does this technology contribute to the comfort of students during test and assessment? In my case, my class is about the Android web programming, and the offline class for the student of KNOU. So half of them used only the pad or a smartphone or their laptop computer. So half of the student half of student does not bring the textbook. That means I think after 10 years later, I think all the students can easily and come to use the smartphone or the other IT device as a educational device. Those, I think, as time has gone, so students can be good at use the smartphone and the other IT device. In the Korea situation, so 90% of people use the smartphone. Then the other is the handicap problem to use the smartphone. That means I think in near future, all the students and all the people will use the smartphone, and they will be good at managing the IT, facilitate the system or situation, I think. Then my answer is the time will solve that problem, and everyone can be converted to be tracked by the system or the other monitoring app, I think.
Thank you for your answer, Dr. Chung.
Can I add some information? Yes. Can I respond to the second questions?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. It is interesting questions from Vita, and then based on our experience in Research Terbuka, yesterday I talked to the head of examination center of Research Terbuka regarding the successful rate of students taking the online examination. He mentioned that the successful rate of online examination among students of Research Terbuka is particularly high. It means that, as mentioned also by Dr. Kwang, that Research Terbuka students, based on our research recently, which is recently that the research comes to the conclusion that online student self-efficacy of students of Research Terbuka is high. It means they do not, because they are young, they are familiar with ICT, with the computer, and then they are familiar. They are confident in using the modern technology. So when they are doing the examination, online examination, they are not feeling being treated. Yeah. So they enjoy the examination, the online examination, which in turn, based on the conversation I mentioned before, that the success rate of the examinations is quite high at Universitas Terbuka. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rahmat. So let's move on to the next question. The next question is for both Dr. Chung and Dr. Rahmat. It's from Dr. Naila Nessa. The question is, what mechanism are adopted to maintain transparency in online and live exams? Maybe Dr. Chung, do you mind to answer it first?
Okay. Then why Dr. Naila Nasser, why do you mention both of the online and live? I mean, the online exam needs not to be live, I think. If we used to make the cheating protecting system or make the shuffling the question, then we can prevent the cheating. At the time, the online exam needs not to be live, I think. Yes, online and the live exam is most important. Not actually not. I think it's not too important because it's my opinion or my answer is the online exam needs not to be live. The online exam makes student comfort and the flexible feasibility, I think. Then if the online and live means the student have to attend some place, that is the lecture room or in his room, never mind. Anyway, the online and live exam make some students not comfort, and that kind of exam cannot give flexibility of all online exam, I think.
Thank you for your answer. So, Dr. Rahmat, can you please answer this question?
All right, thank you. For maintaining the transparency of online and live examinations, as I mentioned in my presentation, that for the live proctoring is that we assign a proctor in every single room where the online examination is conducted. Although it is online, we still assign a person, a proctor, to monitor the progress of the examination to make sure that the students do the examination honestly. And the second one is for the remote proctoring. Although we do not provide a person or a proctor attending the examination, coming to the room where the examination is conducted. We set webcam or a CCTV to monitor the progress of the examination. So in this case, we can say this is proctorless examination. Yeah, proctorless examination. However, the meaning of the proctorless, it means that a person proctor. The proctor is conducted remotely, whether it is in regional office or here in the examination center. We monitor every single minute of the examination to ensure that the examination is conducted transparency and also academically it is correct. This is from my experience at Terbuka. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for both of you, your answer.
I think Dr. Chung would like, Dr. Kwang would like to say something. You raise your hand.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe the end of the 19 is some professor in KNOU. They have the online and live exam with the Google survey. Google survey is a service. This is very effective to student, I think. Then there at the time there are I remember there are so many kind of cheating happen in between the student because there is no the app to block the student block the student SNS or the chatting app or program. If some university try to adopt the live and online exam, so as I mentioned in the conclusion, so we need cheating detection system and communication block system. Both of them we need. Then we can easily manage the live and online exam, I think. Then instead of that kind of system, KNOU adopt the flexible time selection, exam time selection of student and shuffle the question with the 5 groups of exam sheet. Then the student can, if the student after the final exam, student can send some question of the final exam to other student. Then the question can be present to the student, or sometimes it is luckily present to the student, then is very low probability. I think the shuffled program and shuffled question and 5 various 5 or the various kind of exam sheet group will be the good role to protect the cheating, I think.
Thank you very much for your answer. So let's see the next question. The last question is from Laura from Singapore for both of Dr. Chung and Dr. Rahmat. The question is, how can educators strike a balance between traditional assessment method and modern technology-based approach in OFDL? Maybe Dr. Rahmat, would you please answer it first?
All right, thank you. Thank you. It's another good question. Go to online. Yeah. Also, examination will be online in the future. However, while we are on the way to the future, in Indonesia in particular, again, that we cannot. I still remember our former rector's statement that we cannot rely on something that unreliable. Once again, she said that we cannot rely something that unreliable. We cannot rely on electricity in Indonesia. We cannot rely on internet access in Indonesia because it is. Not our capacity. So in the meantime, that as distance learning, distance teaching institution, we must comply with the demand of our students and then the demand of the development of technology. We provide examination. We provide not only examination but also other learning services to students by using modern technology to comply with flexibility. For example, we provide a digital book in addition to printed books that we provide. But in the meantime, because not all part of Indonesia have internet access, we must still have to provide conventional services, learning materials, and including the examination. So students can choose whether they want to take the examination online or they want to take conventional examination. They may choose whether they want to download the online the digital books, or they may use the printed materials. This is from my side, based on our experience and also based on our forecasting in the next 5 or 10 years from now. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. For Dr. Chung, what is your opinion?
Actually, I have no opinion about that because, as I said, I am an engineer. My thoughts and my opinion is very simple. I think the balance will be broken in near future. I think that means the number of people get bigger and bigger to use the technology-based approach in near world and in person's life. I think as time goes and the balance will be broken, and I don't know when, but lastly, the technology-based approach will be compared to the student and people, I think.
Thank you for your answer, Dr. Chung. So we received a lot of questions from our participants, but our time is limited. So for all the participants, if you have further questions, you can contact our keynote speakers privately. And lastly, thank you all of you. Thank you all the speakers for our interesting presentation, and thank you for the participants, and also thank you for the community to organize this successful seminar. And now I return the microphone to the committee.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Zhang, and Dr. Chung, and Dr. Budiman for a very fruitful, effective, and productive discussion, and also presentation. As you can see on our chat box, there are a lot of questions, and then also there was a direct collaboration proposal between Dr. Chung and Dr. Zaid Majid from Pakistan. So it's very, very productive. Now it's my time to hand over to give you, each of you, the certificate of appreciation. Please accept our sincere appreciation to each of speakers and also to the moderator. And the first certificate is given to Dr. Chung. All right. Thank you very much, Dr. Chung.
Huh?
And then next certificate, please.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Chung. And then next certificate is given to Dr. Rahmat Budiman. Please also accept this token of appreciation, the certificate of appreciation.
Thank you
for your interesting, inspiring presentation. And then the last certificate is given to Dr. Zhang. Thank you very much for leading and moderating the session. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and thank you very much for all of you guys. And please, now we will have the photo session. The first photo session will be with all the speakers and moderators. Please, the committee, give us a sign. All speakers and moderators, the photo session first. All right. So please give us a sign. All right. And then after this, please turn on all of your camera, all participants. Please, we will have also the photo session with you all. All right. It's ready for the speakers and moderator. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Thank you. And now, please, to all participants, to turn on your camera. So, how many slides? Ready? Please give your best smile for today. All right. So the first slide. 3, 2, 1. And then next slide. Second slide. All right. And then the third slide. Fourth slide. And then now it is the last slide. All right, perfect. Thank you very much to our keynote speakers for sharing your best practices, innovations in each of your university. And thank you, Dr. Zhang, for moderating today's discussion presentation. And then we would like also to thank all participants from all around the world, from AAOU members, from Pakistan, from Malaysia, from China, from Korea, from Indonesia, and from all around the world. Thank you very much. And before we end our webinar, I have three information for you all. The first one is that about the next AAOU, the 37th AAOU Annual Conference that will be hosted by Open University in Islamabad, Pakistan. So please make sure that you have your DAS manuscript and to be presented in Islamabad, Pakistan next year. And then the second information before we end the session is that about the AAOU Journal. AAOU Journal has now ranked Q1, quarter 1 in Scopus, the best indexer in the world. So we invite you all to submit your best manuscript to AAOU Journal before considering the other journals. So authors whose articles published in AAOU Journal will get the registration fee waiver to the 37 AAOU Annual Conference next year. So that's a bonus for you all. And then last but not least, the information for all participants, don't forget to fill out the feedback form to complete the conditions to get the certificate of this webinar. Please, you may click on the link on the screen, and then also, or you can scan on the QR code that you can see on your screen. So that's the last question, information that I would like to share with you all. Thank you very much, and see you in the next episode of AAOU webinar. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Secretary General, thank you, Dr. Zhang, Dr. Chung, and all participants.